What's up guys, welcome back to Moving Against the Flow. Today's video is going to be dealing with comparing yourself to others. Now we live in a world today where competition is just shoved down our throats. We want to look the best, we want to do the best, we want to be at the highest position possible, and sometimes we go through many bad things to get there. And a lot of times we judge the success of others based on worldly things such as money, fame, and we try to compare ourselves to them, and we do things that they do to try to be like they are, but it's not really bettering us in any way, shape, or form. We seem to think that everyone's on the same playing field and that we should all be going after the same goal, and that's not the case. And when I say everyone thinks that they're on the same playing field, I don't mean that everyone doesn't have the same chance, but I mean I just mean that everyone thinks that they are all going after the same thing. This image or idea of what we should be told to us by friends, family, the media, anything. We're comparing our lives to the ideal image that the media puts out there. And I just want to tell you that we were all created differently for a reason. We don't all have to go after the same goals, the same worldly expectations that we should follow. Not everyone has to be a pro athlete. Not everyone was built to be a pro athlete. Not everyone was made to be on TV. Not everyone was made to be rich. But the world would have us thinking that anyone could get rich. All you gotta do is just watch out for yourself and work hard, and you'll get there. And that's the point of life, is just making it. Have the money, cars, clothes, girls, and when you have all that, you're successful. And the problem with that is that's not the point of life whatsoever. But we have so many people comparing their own lives when they see this stuff on TV, thinking, since I don't have that, I'm less of a person, or I'm doing something wrong, and they can think of themselves as a failure. And the fact of the matter is that you, the person watching this video, you're unique. There's nobody else like you in this whole world. The same God that made every blade of grass, every planet, every insect, every person, every star, millions of stars, who just made everything, made you unique. You're not like anybody else. You have your own gifts to bring to the table. You have your own personality, your own love, and there's nobody else like you that can do what you do. So the point of this video is just to tell you that you're special. Don't let anyone tell you that you're not. Stop comparing yourself to others, because there's nobody else like you. Nobody can be you. You understand? I guess a good way to say this is that God made a purpose for you. Nobody else can do what God intended for you to do, and you can't do what God intended for someone else. So we need to stop living our lives compared to how we see others' lives, because we don't have the same purpose as them. And I don't mean that the fact that we're supposed to spread the gospel. Yes, we're all supposed to spread God's word. I'm saying that we all have our own little part in the grand scheme of things. God's so smart and knowledgeable that He made everyone have their own part in life. Whether people are doing bad, it's still used to His glory. Whether people are doing good, it's still used to His glory. But don't follow the expectations that others put on you. Follow what God says, because others will tell you that the point of life is just to have as much as you can. Live it up while you can, because when you die, it's all over. But that's not the case. I kind of see the world as our chance to understand everything that God and Jesus did for us, and it's our time to prove that we love Him, and we understand everything He did for us, and it's not by our power that we deserve to be with Him. It's by what Jesus did on the cross for us. So having all the money in the world doesn't let you know Christ. Having the best car in the parking lot doesn't let you know who Christ is. Just mediocre things that really don't get us anywhere. And if you want another way to think about it, let's just say smart people don't get into heaven. Dumb people don't get into heaven. Rich people don't get into heaven. Poor people don't get into heaven. People who do good things every day don't get into heaven. The people who get into heaven are the ones who are saved. So it's not by any worldly thing that we measure that gets us into heaven. You don't have to hit a certain quota of good things to get into heaven. If you don't get in. No, it's accepting the fact that you can do this on your own, and the only way into heaven is through Jesus. And when you understand that, you stop comparing yourself to others, and you stop comparing yourself to the ideal image of what you should be, and just know that on your own you can never get into heaven, because we're all sinners and we all fall short. And when you accept that Christ died for you, and you understand that He did it because He loved you so much and He wanted you to spend eternity with Him, that's when you can start finding the purpose of life. So I would invite you to do that. Know that Jesus died on the cross, defeated sin, came back 3 days later, and just destroyed sin for everyone, so everyone may have a chance to live eternally with Him. And that's just a great thing, because eternity with no more fears, worries, disappointment, no more crying, diseases, anything. Anybody would want that. There's no one out there that wouldn't want that. And it's just the greatest act of love that we are able to experience that. So I'm going to end this by saying, the devil will have you fighting against each other tooth and nail. He'll say that the world is a competition, and if you're not the strongest, you're not going to survive. If you're not the strongest, you're not going to have everything you want. But the reason that one of the reasons I think God made us all different is because we're like a puzzle. We're all our own unique piece, and if we were all the same, two same pieces of a puzzle do not fit together. Obviously, if you've ever done a puzzle, that's true. But we're all different. We're all needed to create the big picture. You can't have the big picture with one piece missing. So don't ever think that you're not worthy enough to be here. We need you. Whoever you are, wherever you live, people need you. So that might sound cheesy, but it's true. Don't ever think for a second that you have no purpose in this life. Because if God made you, then you better believe that you're worthy of being made. Because God doesn't make pointless things. And there's a piece of God in you. So just understand that you're an awesome miracle that God graciously made into existence. And going back to the puzzle thing real quick, say you have a puzzle and it's of this beautiful mountainside, and the focus would be on, you would think the focus would be on the mountain, and so you put this puzzle together and you notice that there's some grass like towards the front, like towards closer to you, and the mountains are in the back. And so you finish the puzzle and you notice a piece of the grass that's close to the viewer's eye is missing, and you might think like, oh, it's just a piece of grass, but when you look at a puzzle and a piece is missing, you always wonder, where is that piece? This thing isn't complete without it. And I guess you could kind of say that that's you. You're important. The thing can't be made whole without you. So you belong somewhere. And don't ever think for a second that you have nothing to give this world, because you have your own special things. And yeah, that's just my little 2 cents on that. That's gonna end it for this video, but just think about it. You're you for a reason. You're exactly how you are for a reason. If everyone was the same, well, I don't know. Everyone would be just like clones of each other, and we're not meant to be clones. If God wanted the same person, He would have created the same person over and over and over. He doesn't want that. So be yourself. Don't compare yourself to others, and just do what you feel God's telling you in your soul. Thanks, guys. I'll see y'all next weekend.